Welcome friends, welcome back to Cocktails After Dark. So far in this series we've been doing cocktails mostly from cocktail books pre-World War II. Strayed a little bit into the early 1950s with some cocktail books that I thought were pivotal. But pre-World War II, something you don't see in cocktail books are cocktails made with mezcal or tequila. They're very few and far between. I can count on one hand the number of tequila cocktails I've been able to find. And so this cocktail book, Cocktails, Their Kicks and Sidekicks, published in 1933, is one of the earliest cocktail books that I own that has a tequila cocktail in it. It's called the Lupita, and it calls for tequila or mezcal. And in 1933, what we think of today as tequila, Blue Weber agave, 100% Blue Weber agave, although there are exceptions to that, there's always exceptions, didn't really exist in the form that we think of it today. And in fact, it was called mezcal de tequila. So it was mezcal from tequila. It wasn't just known as tequila at that point. So we're going to make this cocktail. Now the cocktail says to make it from mezcal or tequila. And you mix up a cocktail for 4. What I'm actually going to do today is do it 2 ways. I'm going to make one with mezcal and one with tequila. And one of the things you have to interpret when you get a book like this is the sizes. And so the cocktail itself calls for a part of tequila or mezcal. And then in the back in the definitions, it says that a pony is 1 ounce and a jigger is 2 ounces. It says a bar spoon is half a teaspoon, which is good to know. And it says that all cocktails fit in a 2.5 ounce glass. So I'm going to say one part is a pony, 1 ounce. And I'm going to do it 2 ways, as I said, with tequila and mezcal. Julie and I, on our trips to Mexico, grab bottles of mezcal so that we can try different ones. And I think I'm going to use this Alipus in our cocktail today. So I'm going to start out with the Jose Cuervo. This is an all blue agave tequila. Would have been available in this time period. And then for the mezcal, this is the Alipus Mezcal Joven 100% agave, but it doesn't say which agave they're using. Espadín agave. So, get an ounce of that, and I'm using a different jigger so I don't change the flavors too much. Next is creme de cassis. Now, creme de cassis is a black currant liqueur, and I know that this confuses people. It says on the label Cherry Rocher. That's the name of the company that makes it. There are no cherries in this mixture. It is just black currant liqueur. And so half a teaspoon in each, thereabouts. And then freshly squozen lime juice, same. And we'll ice these. And so today we were only doing one cocktail in the studio, which means I had enough room in the freezer to chill the glasses in the freezer. Normally I don't chill them in the freezer because I don't have any space to do it. So, which is which? This one is the tequila. So this is the tequila. And this one is the mezcal.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on here.
So,
We're having mezcals?
we're having mezcal versus tequila in the same cocktail that calls for mezcal or tequila. It's from 1933. And the chances are that in 1933, tequila and mezcal were much closer.
So suggesting that the tequila you'd have that kind of that roasted,
The smoky flavor.
the smoky flavor in the tequila then. So
That
that's
is-
going to be a big difference in modern tequila versus
Yeah, because modern tequila has pretty much given away that. So, this one is mezcal, and this one is tequila.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put the
So you remember having a hard time
Yes.
today?
Yes, and we should put them back in the same place each time. Now,
All right. Okay.
Okay. Sort them up.
It definitely smells different. Interesting. Because that one's definitely the mezcal.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yes. Completely.
But that being said, they have very different flavors.
yes.
Like this one it has a
Okay, so
very full flavor to it.
yes. And when I bring it up to my nose, I get diesel. And I get smoke.
I get the smoky,
Yeah.
roasted flavor.
But there's that
Smell.
undertone of diesel to me that I find in a lot of mezcals. That's not a bad thing.
No, I mean there's lots of that's a standard
Yeah. When you talk about tasting.
scent profile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it a scent profile?
In certain wines, they talk about how, which grape is it? Shiraz, depending on where it's grown,
Has a diesel flavor.
has a diesel smell or an asphalt smell.
This one definitely. I think the fruit is more obvious in this one.
Okay, I like the mezcal one, and I like the tequila one. I like them equally for different reasons.
Yeah.
But as far as a cocktail goes, it's missing a component. And to me, that component is it doesn't have sort of a bitter foil, right? You're getting the acidity from the lime juice, a little bit of the lime juice. You're getting some sweetness from the cassis, but not a whole lot of sweetness from the cassis. I think it needs a bittering.
What would you add? Like which bitter? Which bitter? Because there's so many bitters to choose from.
Okay, bitters.
So many.
I'm thinking lime for one of them. Let's try lime in that one.
Is there one that's a berry? Like something that would complement the cassis?
Maybe. Let's see. I don't know what else is in here.
So I was thinking something would go with the cassis. Ginger might be interesting.
So there's a couple of gingers, definitely a couple of gingers. Bokers, this is from, nope, that's not from that time period. That comes later. Fee Brothers is aromatic.
I'm going to go with ginger.
Gonna try the ginger?
I'm going to go
Okay.
with ginger.
Okay, so, totally non-scientific. Completely
We're not even going to do it to the same drinks.
No.
I
So,
think I only put a small dash because I feel like there's already, we already drank most
I'm
of
going
it.
to put 2 in that because it is an
Okay.
actual dasher.
Yeah, that's got like 2 little drips.
Okay.
Oh, I was just going to swirl.
Okay.
What can I say?
Now,
All right.
does it do anything? A little bit? Mm-hmm. Did you get a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just a subtle difference in that one. I didn't really notice the difference in that one. I think the mezcal still dominates that flavor.
The flavor does, and the lime sort of, from the lime bitters, gets lost in there. Might need a little bit more than 2 dashes. Something to play with, but the ginger
but the ginger definitely added just a little something.
woke it up. It woke it up. Okay, so
All right. Well, those apparently went down well enough that they're gone. So
I have now, over the last month and a half, read 6 different books on the history of tequila and mezcal, and it is no clearer to me the evolution of this beverage. And what I have found is that the current governing body around tequila is working diligently to change the narrative about the history of tequila.
so that it's more accurate.
No,
Okay.
so it's more
Mark.
it's more marketing.
It's got that story
It's
behind
the
it
st-
that
it's
everyone
that-
loves.
It's that
Everyone loves the
romance.
story.
Everyone loves that romance novel around something, and they've tried to really work that romance, that story. If you've ever been to a tasting where a liquor rep is running the tasting, the first 20 minutes of their spiel is about this grand story about So it's a difficult one to unravel. Let us know what tequila you like, what mezcal you like, because we're always on the lookout for new mezcals, and we may be doing a little bit of mezcal tasting on our trip to Mexico this summer with our viewers.
Maybe.
So, thanks for stopping by. Give this one a try. I think it's a fun way to experiment with
Mine's
already
done. Sorry, man. Mine's empty.
See you again soon.